Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been before, and hello if you haven't. I'm Becky and this is Whimsy Creations, and I hope you're okay. And if you're not, which I wasn't yesterday, so I'm filming today instead, Sunday, I hope this makes you feel a little bit better, and this calm, hopefully calm video anyway. This one might be calmer than the last one I just did, because I just went and checked it. Thought I'll just check that before I upload it, like I do anyway, always do. And I've recorded the whole hour with my charger cable across the screen. You know, it happens to all of us. Hey ho, worse things happen at sea, as they say. So, you know, such is life. We'll do it again. It was a fairly boring video anyway, so maybe that was fortuitous. So what are we doing? Well, firstly, as I said, I'm filming today, which is Sunday, because I wasn't having a very good day yesterday. I think I mentioned before that I lost my dog in May. I know it was 3-4 months ago now, but sometimes I just miss him so badly. It just, you know, the day doesn't go very well. And I was sorting some stuff out yesterday morning, and I got a whiff of him off one of his old blankets, I think. Even though it's all been washed, it still smelt a bit of him. And that sent the old heart pounding again, you know. Anyway, I was in a bit of a doldrums, so I spoke to well, later on in the day, I had some FaceTime with my granddaughter, and that just puts the world to rights, you know. A lovely smiley face just does it for me. And she was eating her lunch and I was eating a snack, and she kept trying to pass me bits of her lunch to the camera, you know, to the phone, because we FaceTime, because she's across the way. And oh, it was just lovely. She was passing bits to Grandmama, and so I thought I offered her a bit of my breakfast, you know, but my food as well. So yeah, that put everything in perspective, and everything all right. I mean, it doesn't help missing my dog, but you know, his name was Buster, and he was the loveliest dog you could ever imagine. I mean, I suppose we all say that about our animals, but yeah, he was pretty special. Touched a lot of hearts, he did. And I can't bring myself to get another one at the moment, so just have to plod on without him at the moment. Anyway, eventually it will get easier and easier, I'm sure. So anyway, he wouldn't want me moping about. I know that much for certain. He wouldn't want that at all. So I've just inked that, as you probably noticed. What are we doing today? Well, I can't remember if I've mentioned this before or not, so I apologise if I have. We're doing this big journal, the big one, the really huge pages. Well, not huge, but you know, pretty big pages compared to normal pages. I mean, having said that, this is a standard, a little bit smaller than standard size page, and this is the size of the pages we're doing. So as you can see, it's going to be a pretty big journal. So what I did off camera was I inked all the pages, because it would have taken me ages. Well, it did take me ages, and I think you'd have been bored out of your brain, and I wouldn't have been able to talk to you for that length of time, you know. So anyway, I've inked it all. So, and I've split it into two signatures. This is how I'm thinking of having them at the moment, but it could change, you know. Us junk journalists, we change our mind a lot. But yeah, I did all that, and then I went and I've sewn around them, as you know. Which I didn't do on camera again, because my sewing machine's so high you wouldn't see anything other than the top of the machine, so that would be a waste of time. At the same time, I did a load of die cutting. I might have told you that as well, which again I don't do on camera because my die cutting machine is very loud. So this is what I've been doing, die cutting actual pockets out of bits and bobs. And I'll show you these. These are ones I've already decorated. I've already embellished this one and that one and that one, and this vellum one I've just inked, because I think once it's down, there's a lot going on there. It's a piece of Tim Holtz vellum, and I thought that was, I might put a label on at some point, but I thought that was pretty nice as it was. These are fairly plain, so I've embellished these, and I've put that couple of tags in there. I haven't backed them or anything yet. That's just to remind me to put them there. Depending on how I stick this down will depend whether I put an eyelet there or not. And this is just a really big one. This is very similar to the one I've got here. So I've done those, and I also have done 2 of these. I made this one off camera, so I thought I'd make this one on camera, and I did, and that was the one that the cable was across. So I'll just show you. It's just another, and these 2 are hidden paper clips, right? Hidden paper clips. Let me just show you. They just go on like that, and they'll hold anything you want. They'll go right on. There you go, right on. And you've got pockets in them. And there's actually only 2 with this kit, but this isn't all kit, as you know. We're making up bits as we go along. So I think I might make another one of those. I've got 2 of those there. I've got some random card here. Well, this is left over from other bits. And I thought I might, yeah, I'm going to make another one. I don't know if we'll get through to that today. So I've made those. And also off camera, I made this. This is actually a freebie. This comes as a freebie from a Pink Monarch Prints with their, I think it's their September one. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is. And it's a lovely little thing, and it's a sort of standalone kind of folio. But I thought it would go beautifully with this big journal we're making. So I've decided, I made one up and decided to put it in this journal. It might go standalone, it might be put in. I also did one out of paper here, and I'm going to put this one in my ideas journal so I can remember how they're made, and I can make it up out of other papers. You know, you don't always have to use their ideas with their papers. As they often say, you can do whatever you want with your own papers, you know, or with other papers. So they're all finished, those, I've decided. This one as well, I've inked this, but again, that's another piece of Tim Holtz. In fact, it's probably the same piece as the bird one. I've inked that up, and again, I might put a label on. This one, which is the same shape, I've put a little pocket there. Actually, I'll put a little, just going to put a little tag in, otherwise I forget their pockets, you see. So just do that, then I remember when I'm putting them in the journal that they're pockets, and they have to be. I might just put one in so I can see it's a pocket. It's a very small pocket. There, put that tag in. I'll back it and embellish it later. That reminds me there's a pocket there, and I might pop another one here. I don't know yet, but for now I'm just leaving it as is. So that can go in the finished pile. So I want to decorate these. That's the same as that big one, to embellish these. Now these I cut out with those to go on top like that. What I'm thinking of doing is staggering them, and if I stagger it, and imagine that's on a page, you're going to get 2 then. So I think I'm going to stagger that one. I'm going to stagger this one the same. Or we could go the other way around as well, you know. I don't want, and I'd have obviously put all 3 of these through on the wrong thing, and again there we can do it that way around or that way around. So those 3 are all going to be staggered. So that's that. I haven't got enough room on my desk. Then this one is also another cut one from a die cut, and that goes on there, that goes on there, and that goes on there. Obviously they need serious inking because you can't see them, and a little bit of embellishing. And then this one's so cute. This is a new one I got recently. I thought it'd be lovely in those small ones, and you can have it over a page like that. So if you had a page here, it would go over like that, and you'd get one either side. Or you can have it open like this. You can have these separate, or you can have them on top like this. And this is probably how I'm going to make it look like. And these 2 are different shapes. Look, I thought that was quite cute. This is all one die cut. You just put the die cut through and you get all this out of it. Well, I can make them by hand, but I could never get that all neat and tidy like that. So I quite like this little one. And this is the sort that you might on a big journal, I might put more than one pocket on a page, you know. But yeah, I've inked this one. I was inking that while I was talking to you, wasn't I? So I might embellish that as well. Now, let's move on to what I was going to make first, which I'm sure a lot of you made these before. I've got a whole tin of them here. I call them pretty paper clips. Sorry about the clonking. And they're tiny little paper clips. A lot of them are from Tim Holtz. See, I've got a lot of pretty ones in here that I've made myself. These are the sort that you just slip on a page. That's a hidden one. This is a beautiful hidden one. This one is a kit one. I know that for a fact. And a lot of these I've just made myself. Now, these are my favourite sort. I used loads of these in my Buster journal. And they're by Tracy Fox. And I've just printed a whole load more off, and I'll cut them out tonight. Because I want to do a lot of clipping on. But as you can see, you can make them any old way. But I'm just going to make one more, or maybe two more, because I do like them. I want to make some grungy ones, slightly grungier than those. So there we go in there. I'm not sure if I will use those two pink ones, I imagine. I think I might have shown you those before. I apologise if you've seen them before. So I'm going to make one out of this bit of card and this piece of card, and we don't need any more. That would be a massive one, wouldn't it? Oh, I don't know, actually, it's not that big. I'm going to cut it down a bit. I'm going to turn them around as well, because if you see, that's the same, exactly the same piece. So what else have I got here? Oh, that's the same piece again. So I don't know if you can see all this bit. I've got a load of bits here. I'm not sure if you can see them. So let's tidy this up and start making a hidden paper clip for another one. I mean, oops, I don't want that cutter. I want this cutter here. I'm just gonna tidy these edges up a bit because they're all over the place. I think this corner, no, I don't think any of this is original. I'm just gonna go down here, straighten off my edges first off. Right, then how big do we want it? If we fold that in half, yeah, it's about pretty much the right depth. Maybe, yeah. I might just take that bit off, because that bit is what makes them all look. Yeah, I'm going to do that, and I just might make it a little bit thinner. Let's make it 2.5 centimetres wide. 2.5 inches, I mean. That's a nice width. Let's tidy this piece up. Get all the edges straight before we start. This one needs to be quite a bit shorter. Now we put that over like that, and we'll put that over like that. Sorry, it's my bracelet banging on there. Yeah, that's pretty much about right. I mean, there's no right or wrong way. You can make them however you please. I'll keep that bit. I'll throw these bits. Earlier on today, I was tidying my desk. I was trying to pick these bits up, you know, and they're part of the flowers. Oh dear. I think if I had a brain, I'd be dangerous sometimes. Right, I'm going to corner the edges because I don't like them. They're offensive, as Julie from Camellia Crafts would say. They're offensive. So let's cut off these offensive corners. And I'll do the same with this one. So yeah, I was going to show you how I put the other one together, but as that filming went very pear-shaped, I mean, you could have still watched it, I guess, but I wasn't happy with the fact that, you know, my charging lead was right across the, it wouldn't have looked nice. So, happens to the best of us. So, I went out this morning, quite early, and when I got back, the weather was so nice. I got changed and went for a nice walk for about 20 minutes. clear my head. It's nice out. I mean, the sun's out, but it's a bit breezy, and you can tell it's autumn and not summer anymore because that wind was a little bit cooler. But it was very pleasant for walking. And I discovered a little while ago there's a lot of little pathways in this village that I didn't know about. A lot of the streets, or not of the roads, should I say, are dead ends. Well, we often call them cul-de-sacs in this country, but yeah, they're just dead end roads. You can't drive through them. But what you can do with a lot of them is when you get to the end, is you can then walk through a passageway to another road, which might also be a dead end, which means you can actually walk around in circles, in different circles around the village. As a pedestrian, you can. You can't drive around them, obviously, but you can as a pedestrian. I thought that was... I'm just going to ink a bit on the inside in case you can see it. So yeah, I'm going to download the map. It shows all these little snippets and start investigating some of these walks. I'm trying to strengthen... That's a little bit better. I'm wondering whether I need to... I'm just going to ink a bit more of this, because I think when you put it over, you'll see it. So just going to ink a bit more. As you can see, this is a offcut of a Pink Prince printout. What was I saying? Yeah, I've lived here a lot of years, but I thought I'd try and strengthen my leg. Well, my leg sounds like I've only got one. I have two legs, believe me. One of my knees, my right knee, as it has this tendency to every now and then just dislocate all its Todd, and it springs out and it springs back in, or it leaps out and it leaps back in anyway, which isn't very pleasant, I can tell you that. But it always goes straight back in. If I'm not careful, if I'm standing, I do fall. Not always to the floor. I can usually catch myself, particularly if I've got a walking stick with me. So I thought I'm going to do a bit more walking around the village and see if I can strengthen. I can strengthen my thigh muscle up. That should help my knee stay in place a bit better. That's the theory. I'm no physiotherapist, so put me right if you're a physio. I've been doing a lot of cycling on a static bike. I need a paper clip, and to help my thigh, to strengthen up the muscle. Obviously there's something wrong with the knee, but I don't want surgery, so everything I can do to... my son had a bad dislocation when he was younger, Seb, my older one, and his knee, he had a very, very good consultant do his, but his knee's still not right. I don't think he'll ever... Well, the consultant said he could only repair it 80%, So, and I've got at least that much use out of mine at the moment, so there's no point in having... I think that'll do nicely, that one. That goes in the bottom here. See, I even sort out my... I don't know if you can see these. I'm fiddling around my paper clips. I even keep my paper clips organised. Look, how sad is that? Yep. There. That is how we're going to start it off. So let's glue that on. So you can now use only two bits of card. But this is one area that I do use the 3-in-1. This is 3-in-1. It's very strong glue. It does glue quite quickly too. It's not very nice glue to use though. And this bottle is nearly empty as well. So if I'm going to use it, I usually use this fairly early on in the day, so the smell dissipates, but it's not coming out at the moment. Come on, out you come. Let me just get a big pin. Got a Fabro pin here. Come on. Out you come. That pin will probably stick in my pin holder now. There we go. I do like, as I say, this is really strong, this glue, so I think art glitter glue would work just as well. I've got that in the cupboard, and I don't think tape would work somehow. I don't think that would be strong enough. Let's do one half at a time. And then, whoops. Let's get you straight. Yeah, that's that side. Let's do this side next. And yeah, so that's why I go for walks on a regular basis. And it's a lovely way to clear your head too. I put my earbuds in, and yeah, it's nice. I was also given, I was out last week, went to my knitting group I go to. I don't often knit, but you know, I went to my knitting group and I was given some, I'll show you in a sec. Let me just glue this down. Sorry. Here we go. It's given this wool. Well, it's not wool. This yarn thread. It's a bit like, I'll tell you what it looks like and what it feels like is laces, you know, shoelaces, flat shoelaces. In fact, that could well be what it is. It's very strong. It doesn't stretch. And I thought, A, it would be nice on the top of tags, and B, it would be nice to sew the journals in with. So I've got that out. Just for a change, I thought I might edge some of the pages. I don't know if you've ever seen that done, where you edge the page with something, and as this one's grungy, I might edge the pages with a bit of this instead of using ribbons and things. Anyway, I've got that out for this journal because I thought it would be nice. Let's that's all nicely stuck now. Let's just check that works. Let's get another bit of card. Here we go. This is a bit, well, it's not really a big enough bit of card to check it's working. All right, let's go on here. Yep, that sticks on there. That's not going to come off. Good, it works. So let's grunge this. Well, that's grunge, but let's put some fun things on here now. This is plus my other page template. Let's get some bits over here. We've got some, I've got in here. Oh, I'll put that back now. What Pink Prints have done here? They've made some pre-done clusters, which I thought was quite a nice idea. There's no depth to them, obviously, because they're printed, but you could add it to your own as well. Quite like this one. It's got a word on though. I don't like using words much. I can always cover the word up with another one. There's that one, which is nice, and then there's that one. Let's leave those two out and see where we go with this. So if we pop that there, I might put a pocket on the other side, so we won't use one of these. Put that there, and then we could have a I got a small, can you see? I got a small green butterfly. Not in here, I haven't, I don't think. Got a big green one, not a small green one. No, never mind them. No, that'll be enough of that. So we'll use that, and then we'll add some extra tags and stuff. Right, what should we put on? I have made, which I also did off camera, and I don't think I've shown you these, but I did a whole box of grungy bits and bobs. You know, when I put the papers in the book and I cut some of them down to fit and things, I stuck all the random bits of paper on some backing, and then I cut out whale tails and tabs, and I've cut out a few of these sort of things and a few of these sort of things. These need stamping on, actually. These haven't been stamped yet, but so they're here as well, and I can put something like that on there as well, which I quite like. I'm actually going to put that on there, but I'm going to have to use this to make it bend over the edge there. Just put this on, and then we'll that there, like that. Ink this frayed burlap ground espresso. I've also got my vintage photo out now as well. I don't know if I'll be using it. I might. A bit of frayed burlap. There we go. Oh, you fell off. I might have to put a peg on you. Because you're... There we go. Let's put a little peg on. I love these little pegs. They're so cool for doing things like this. Right, let's put some more stuff on you now. I think a piece of material would look good. A piece of material there. Yeah, I like that. Oh, I'm going to get the fabric out again, aren't I? I want something coming out this side too. This is nice. Nope, that doesn't show. That doesn't work. Nope, they're those. Let's put those back where I got them from. Oh, what's this? How about, what's this way around? Not that way. That comes from here though. So, oh, that's okay. I like that and that. That's quite nice, isn't it? I'll put a bit of frayed burlap on this. There we are. Oh, I've got to stick this one on first. Stick them down in the right order, woman. Otherwise it'll all go pear-shaped again. Right then, let's glue you on. And then we'll make some form of pocket for the other side, I think. Put you on. Pop you on. These sort of pre-done cluster bits are quite useful for when you want layered effect but you don't want too much bulk. It's quite a good effect. Oh, look at this. I'm going to have to get my... Sorry. If I shook you there, I need a wet wipe. Sorry if you're nodding off then. I've woken you up with all the rattling. I keep them in a bag, so helps keep them moist, you know. Oh, that's a horrible word, isn't it? Moist. Helps keep them wet. Put that up there now. Let's just clean the nozzle and everything off. That's not the sort of job you do, but it's not part and parcel. It's all part and parcel of crafting, having to do these things. Goes in the non-recycling, that does. Right, now we can glue and see what we're doing. I hope my head's not in the way. There, pop you in there. There. That's stuck on there. Oh, that one hasn't got anything on the back. Never mind. I quite like that. That's quite nice. Let's do the back. Put a nice pocket on the back. Got lots of stuff we can use as mini pockets. Thanks to oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it? That would make a nice mini pocket. Put that there. Use one of these so I know it's a pocket. Yep. Let's put that one there as well. What else can we put on here? So that's the pocket. So let's just put glue on me. Let's just take these edges off. Start off by popping this on. No ink on there. I mean, my grunge isn't very grungy, you know. I think Louisa Heinzel is the queen of grunge. I tell you who else is very good at grunge. I don't know if you've ever watched her, and that's I can't remember her name now. Bohemian Crafting. her channel's called Bohemian Crafting. I'll try and link it on the bottom of this video. And Louisa's. She is very good when it comes to what am I trying to say? Grunge. When it comes to grunge, yeah. So yeah, definitely somebody worth checking out. She is definitely. I'm gonna have to make some more of these. I'm nearly run out. I've nearly run out. I like that on there. Do you like a bit of texture on my? I suppose we don't have to use one of those. I had some lace kicking about. No, that shows too much, but I might put a bit of lace up here. Might put a bit on there. Stick that there. I'll put this on. I think next time I've got a minute, I'm going to have to go through and stamp a load more material. Stamped material is one of my favourite things. I really do like stamped material. Where are we going to put you? Here. I think you get the best of both worlds. You get a nice sort of labelly bit and you get a nice piece of material at the same time. Quite like a long thin one down here, but I like the size of that, but they're very dark. And I mean, I don't mind it being dark. It's just too in your face, that one. This one's much the same. Not quite so bad though. Quite like that there. That's the wrong colour. I got one of those on a normal piece of paper. I don't think I have, no. No, that's not working. That's not too bad. I'm just thinking maybe some. Oh, sorry, I was stuck some glue with it. Let's just put that one to one side for a minute. Oh, you go in there. See what we've got in here that we can play with. I need slightly different colours, don't I? Oh, you're nice. Oh, I like that there. Oh, that's going there. Just decided that is definitely going there. You know how something you just put something somewhere and you've got, yeah, that's it. You know, so the rate we're going, we're only going to be making this. The rate I'm going anyway. I think it was about there, wasn't it? There. I like that. I think they're putting that there. Well, let's stop thinking about it and let's just do it. It's only paper, as Pam says. It's only paper. It is only paper. Oops. That's the downside of having long nails. I just scratched it off. Right. This is coming together now. Happier with this. Fragile. Do not circulate. Well, that's how I felt yesterday. Fragile. But hey. I do want that bit of fabric. I do want a bit of lace on there. Yeah, I do. See if I can get it to go on with this. So I don't have to get the fabric out again. This is just tacky glue for anybody who wants to know what sorts of glues they are. There we go, put that on there. Right, this is going to be a this is a goes in there and that can go in there. Do we need anything else? Do with something across there, couldn't we? Yeah, that'll do nicely there. Right. that there. I had a bit of paper somewhere, I've lost it. Oh well, not to worry. Now then, the only downside, really, of having to do a video again, which doesn't bother me, is trying to remember what I told you last time. But you see, I was thinking I'm repeating myself, but you aren't going to send the last video because I just deleted it because I wasn't happy. And now, of course, I don't know what was in that video or what's in the videos beforehand. Anyway, we shall see. You can just turn the volume down if you think, God, she's repeating herself, man. Lordy Lord. There, I like that. That's come together nicely. Is that glued on? Yeah. Yeah, we'll leave that. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so, yeah, I like that. Let's pop that in the done pile then. In you go. Right, we've got time, I think, to do a couple of bits of these. Let's do this one. These are quite difficult to decorate because of the shape. I found this before. They're quite difficult to embellish. This is where stamps would be quite useful as well. You're not going to see the bottom. You will see a bit of the side though. And you're going to see this bit. I love this green paper. It's a lovely colour. Green. And I think it will go well with this journal. I'm going to glue that there. It's going to go both ways. So let's glue down here. Where's my other glue? I put it away. Oh, my mum used to tell me off for saying that when I was little. Still say it. Instead of saying, oh, where's my glue gone? I used to say, where's my glue gone? I just said it again. It's not me glue, it's my glue, she used to say. Or whatever the word I was using. Yeah, whatever I was looking for. Yes, God rest her soul. She was always one for correcting one's grammar. Right, I think, shall we leave that on there like that, or shall we cut this off? Whoops, whoops, I hadn't glued that. Whoopsie-daisy. Think I'm going to cut it off. Well, I am now, so it's tough. It's being cut off. Oops. There we go. I'm not keeping that bit. There, let's ink down the side here. There we go. And I'm just going to put a little something here. I love pockets on pockets, you know. Somebody was saying that the day, there was a lady from Pink Monarch Prints. She was doing her, I think she was doing her no stress journal or something. And she said pockets on pockets on pockets. And yeah, exactly agree. Pockets on pockets on pockets. You can't go wrong. It's a little bigger than I was planning that. It's a bit smaller, isn't it? That square one, that's a nice shaped one, isn't it? I'll go with this one. There we go. So, yeah. This stuff is for the big journal, the big one, as I'm calling it. That's really imaginative, isn't it? Yeah, the big one. Hey, whatever gets you through the day, eh? But I am starting another one. I've just been doing all the cutting out in the evenings. It's I usually have. I could go and get you one and show you one. I always have a couple of prayer or gratitude journals in my stash in my Etsy shop. I'm actually down to one, and they all tend to be a bit on the smaller side. I don't know why, but I never keep them in very long. They do sell very quickly. I don't. That one's hung around for quite a while. I'm not sure why. To say, I think I tend to make a lot of them to order as well, rather than for Etsy. But there is one on the shop. Anyway, I thought for a change, I know why I came up with the idea. Came up with the idea because I thought I was going to make it for myself, but I decided to give myself the Buster Journal instead. I'm making a very large, when I say large, not big papers, but deep, big spine, prayer gratitude journal. So I'm going to be doing that alongside this, and that's zero grunge really. I might do some inking, but it'll only be pale. Some pages will be relatively white, you know. So if you don't like grunge, there's that one to watch. There will be that one to watch soon. And that's a tall one, that. I'm going to put this little one in here. I put them in now, as I said, so I don't forget. There. I might have to get some more of these Diddy ones. I think that's sufficient. Nope, I don't want anything there. Let's put that in the finished pile. And I have no idea when I started, because I liked the first video. I wrote down the time. I'm just going to check. Oh, 40 minutes. Okay. We've got another 20 minutes then. I just write that down. I try and stick to around an hour. 40, 20. Gosh, I'm counting on my fingers, look. Let's do this fun one here. This layered one. What was I saying? Can you remind me? I can't remember. Could have been awfully important, could it? Yeah, so I am doing this big journal as well. This other big journal. It's not going to be called a big journal, otherwise I'll get confused with this one. It's just going to be. It's going to be a bit eclectic though, because it's. I have got in my digital stash about 7 or 8 different prayer journals and gratitude journals, and I'm just basically putting them all together, making a mishmash of one. And I thought that would make a nice change, you know, a bit different. So yeah, I want to get these a bit flatter, sticking out a bit. That's it. Let's pop, whoops, pop you on first. I'm going to glue these on before I embellish it. So yeah, there'll be that to look forward to, if nothing else, for some different types of ways of doing journals, you know. And I've also got to do my folio. I think if I make another one with you guys, I might pop it in. I might pop it in Etsy, or I might pop it in a journal. We'll see. That's those stuck on. I've shown it to you before, but it was quite a long time ago. You may not have seen it. It's this folio. It's not finished. Well, it's pretty finished, but what I mean is I haven't embellished it. I've just covered it. So it's this. It's got 3 pockets there. These are all in just to show the pockets, really. Pocket there, envelope there, and then you open it again. There's 2 places there. These have got great big, you know, cards in. Show they're there. This is a removable one. You can replace that with another one. Another couple of pockets. Flip up. A couple more tags. A mini journal there, although it's quite thick. Another pocket. Another removable notepad. A big journal, just plain for writing. It's I think it has something like 14 pockets, two signatures and 2 notepads, and I've got all the dimensions. It's made out of 2 file folders, 2 of the type I've got. They're no, they're not A4. I think they're foolscap. That's very old, isn't it? Foolscap. And I just close it with these 3 Velcro dots, and it works really well. So there is that to make. That would be in a lot of parts, that though, because it took me a while to make myself. You know, admittedly I was writing down all the sizes and everything, and I haven't checked that writing those down. I've got to cover this because this one must have slipped, and this one's a bit skew whiff, so let's cover that up. So yeah, there's that to do, which you'll have to let me know if you'd like that done. Telephone? A telephone? Nope, not a telephone. How about a green telephone? They're too big. They're all little buddy. Little buddy. It's too big. Fair enough. Well, another pocket. See if this is too big. Yep, that's too big. That is not. I need to cover up these because these are straight, but this one twisted on the way through. You see how they're straight up like that, and this one's all over the place. So it needs covering because it's sending my precision ideas up the creek. That paddle, it's just basically doing my head in a little bit. Do me Eddie, as they used to say. Do me Eddie. Oh, that works well. Pop that there. That gets rid of the wonky stripes. Oh, that's better. It was really, really bugging me, that was. How sad am I, eh? But, you know, some things do bug us, don't they? Have I got any small... Oh, I have got some small journal cards left. Will that fit in there? It will if I don't do the top bit. That's good. So let's glue you on, mister. I'm not going to ink you. I don't think you need it. What's going on there? There. I can stop having a fizz out now over those not being straight. When I cut these out, I thought, what am I going to use those for? I've used loads of them. It's funny, isn't it, when you cut these kits out, you're not sure whether you'll need any of the bits, and then you end up using loads of them. Right, that needs my other ink glue. Go around the very edge because I want to get a tag in here. One of my favourite ways of embellishing is to put a pocket on. Kind of my go-to. I'm not sure what else to do. I stick a pocket on it. That's what I do. And then I go from there, you know. I find putting a pocket on is a good starting point. Right. We need another little something. No, that doesn't look right. I could do with a tiny, tiny round one. If I got oh, what have we got in here? 25 cents we've got in there. Now that doesn't look too bad at all. Fragile do not circulate. I actually prefer the 25. Oh, we've got these shapes. Oh, what about this one? I actually like that 25. So let's just stick with it, shall we, as I like it. Let's stick with it rather than rummage through a load more. Let's just see if we can get one more thing made, shall we? Pop that there. I know you won't see it when the tags are in. I just want something on here. I want some material. I didn't do many imaginative things with this material, did I? I just did the same ones over and over. Or shall we put a bit of lace on instead? Could have a little bit of lace sticking out. No, that just doesn't look right. Let's put one of these on. Have to be the same. It has to be the same, doesn't it? What I should have done was put some cheesecloth under. I'm going to put that on though. If you don't put the glue straight on your Fabri-Tac or your 3-in-1, it all oozes out. So, you know, like a volcano, you get volcanic eruptions. There, I love the way that bit's sticking up. I like that now. Once it's got its, oh God, I hate Fabri-Tac. It sticks to your fingers. Where's that little, here it is. There's this little tag. That'll fit in nicely. I know you can't see the 25, but oh, I've got 2. Let's take you out. Leave you in. There, that's that one done. Ah, we're whizzing through here. What else have I got in this? Oh, we've got this one. Should we see if we can get this one done? What's the time? Yeah, we've got about another 10 minutes. Let's get this done. Right, I've got to squidge these down. I think this is the one I was inking when I was talking to you. Let's flatten that. Let's flatten these. Oh, the difference a good burnishing does, eh? Can't beat a good burnish. Just see if my corners are overlapping. They are. As this is card, you know, well, it's not complete card, but I'm just going to, oh, it's better, thin my corners off a bit because I don't want anything making it thicker than it already is. Yeah, that's better. Like I said, I don't spend a lot. Oh, they don't need it. Oh, this one will. This corner one will. That's better. I don't buy really expensive die cuts for making pockets because only if they're on special offer. I'm going to put that on that side. And now these can go either way. This one, that one I'm going to have this way. And I'm going to put it there. And that one I'm going to put that way. Right. I'm going to need some, I'm going to need these for this, I think. Oh, sorry, you can't see me. There we go. I've got so many things I need to sort of make, pre-make, ready for things like those, for example. But I've got so many ideas running around my head. I do have an art journal that I jot things down, which is all well and good, but then you have to remember to look in it. I have to put it with my morning one, which I write in every morning, because I never forget to look in that. I have to put that with my, I've got a morning, ooh, honey just fits. Let's move you over a bit. Ha! Oh, you've got a slight technical issue here. Can I move you over? Or have you stuck too well? I'm going to re-stick on there. So, yeah, we're going to re-stick this. Thankfully, hasn't completely gone off. So, let's pop you right over the edge there. Yeah, and then let's oh, you don't need much more. I barely touched you down, did I? But we'll put a bit more on. And we'll put you, that's better. That's better. They fit on now. Squidge, 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 squidge. I was going to paint my nails. I will do that after afterwards, ready for the next video. There. Oh, I like that. And you can still bend it over the page if you want to, or you can keep it on one page. I might bend it over one of the mini pages, one of the small pages. That's cool. Shall we put anything in it? There's a lot going on. I think I'm just going to stick little tickets in the bottom of each of these little labels just to calm down the intensity of everything that's going on. Like that, for example. That's nice. That brings it down. You know, it's funny how putting extra on can calm something down, because it brings the eye to what you're putting on rather than, oh, where do I look? Whereas if you put something like that on, that draws your eye, and then you're not so well, oh, come here, label. You're not so overwhelmed by everything else going on. And also, that's not going to get covered up by a tag there. Ink the sides of you, because a tiny bit of white showing there. So that fitted the last few minutes in nicely. Whoops. Oh, that's stuck to my page. Come here. There we go. Put one on there, or that there. I'll put you that side. Not two tags in. I think for now that's all I'm going to do on there. If I want, I might do more once I've got tags in. You know, it depends on the page, because there's so much going on there. I don't want to overload the page, really. Whoops. Put that there. Put that there. Just get out what we've accomplished today. See, I'm not getting much faster, but I'm getting a little bit faster. Look, there's that one. There's that one. There's that one made. We made this. And I think that's it. We did those three. Did we do anything else? Let me have a look. I think I spent quite a bit of time doing yeah, and I showed you the ones I did before, didn't I? Yeah. Yes, I did. I think I did. So we made them today. There we are. There we go. Make sure you're all in shot. There we are. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this little impromptu video. I know for you it's just a normal video. For me, it's the second time around. I know I'm not the only one that's done that before now. Poor Tracy sometimes has nightmarish sessions. But like her, you just got to keep doing it, you know. That's that side as well. That's a double-sided one. Anyway, hope that's been all right. I hope you have a nice week. Hopefully I'll catch you again before the end of the week. And I want you all to take care, all right? Bye now.